Hello, this is Step Ahead with Ernie Rivera. I am your host, Fire Lord Zuko, or Ernie Rivera, whichever you prefer today. Anyway, let's talk about teachers and how they can help you become a better you with Avatar, The Last Airbender. So, for those of you who are not familiar, Avatar, The Last Airbender tells a story of a young monk in a world where each nation can bend an element: fire, air, water, earth, and his job is to keep balance. He's actually been out of commission for 100 years. He was frozen in ice, and the world he woke up to is a world that's been undergoing war for 100 years. His job, though he's just a frightened little boy, is to go from nation to nation to find the best teacher he could for himself in order to learn each element to become a more complete him. That's a story I think we could all relate to. Not only does the young monk seek out teachers in order to make him a more complete him, but his companions seek out masters in order to help them bend the elements so that they can unlock their own destiny, their own potential. I've had similar experiences over the course of my life, as I'm sure a lot of you have. Have you ever had that teacher that just influenced you, that got you, that understood you, and got you to the next level? That's very important for all of us. The year was 2005. Avatar: The Last Airbender was just released on Nickelodeon, telling the story of this young boy who was burdened to save the world if he could. I was very interested in martial arts myself, but I had never had the opportunity to pick it up to really start learning. So I began to seek a teacher. Now, in the show, he is chased, hunted around the world by this banished prince named Zuko. Zuko was disgraced and disowned. He was sent on a fool's errand to capture this monk who no one had seen in over 100 years. He chases him to the ends of the earth using his firebending, which is a form of bending based on Northern Shaolin Kung Fu. I really wanted to learn Northern Shaolin Kung Fu. It was something that was very important to me, especially since I felt so akin to this character, this banished prince. So I look for a teacher. Now, this is easier said than done. In the martial arts world, there are a lot of schools that are known as McDojos, people who are more interested in taking your money than teaching you anything of value. So I sought out a teacher, and the first place I end up going to after doing my due diligence was a place that taught Kempo, which was inspired loosely by Chinese martial arts. And it got me stronger. It gave me endurance. It got me in a position where I was ready to learn, but I knew that that is not where I was supposed to be. That was not the right teacher for me. I kept looking. And sure enough, I find a man in Los Angeles who is teaching specifically traditional Northern Shaolin Kung Fu. And I was excited. I was enthralled. So I make contact via email, via his website, and I go and I start taking lessons from him. Many, many I learned many forms, Limpo, Tantui. There were others. I'm going to show you some footage right now. It is old footage, so it's going to be grainy, but I hope you like it. Yeah, that was pretty cool. It takes me back a minute. Yeah, it takes me back to those good old days doing kung fu in LA. I learned a lot from that teacher. I learned a lot about kung fu. I learned a lot about myself and setting boundaries. I learned how to better interact with people. I learned quite a bit. Now, when I wanted to learn Northern Shaolin, I went to an authority on the matter. When I wanted to learn acting, I went to an authority on the matter. When I wanted to learn engineering, I learned from people who are authorities on the matter. More than that, your teacher, your teacher is ideally a master of what they do, ideally. But more importantly, you need to be able to gel with them. Find the person who you really vibe with, who has a common language to you. Sometimes with young people or inexperienced people, they try to find someone to teach them, but they're not able to translate it to the person. Sometimes you need a go-between. Sometimes you need someone who kind of knows you a little bit more than maybe the subject, although ideally they know the subject very well. And now I get to tell you all something very, very, very special and very important, something you're all going to love. This is now the perfect time to be a student. If you want to learn, this is the perfect time to be a student. And part of it is things like YouTube. Part of it is things like Audible. Part of it is things like these courses that are being put out. If you want to learn um, if you want to learn how to cook, they have cooking channels. If you want to learn finance, they have finance channels. And really, uh, it's great to have a teacher right in front of you. It's great to have someone who can say it right to you. But the fact is, if you're in the middle of nowhere and you have no idea how to do this one thing that you feel really passionate in your heart about, then guess what? You get to go online. You get to read books from some of the best authors of all time, and it's at your fingertips. If you don't like to read, perhaps, you have things like Audible. And I'm not sponsored by Audible. I'm not sponsored by YouTube at this time. But no, you have things like Audible. Well, I'm also not sponsored by it at this time. And you get to learn what it is to be persistent, to be relentless from guys like David Goggins. You get to learn things about finance from the richest man in Babylon. You get to learn about just about anything in the world you want to learn about because you're lucky enough to be born in this time. And just remember, it's great to have a teacher. It's great to have a master, someone who can impart all his wisdom on you. But if you seek your knowledge from only one place, it will become stagnant and stale. And I believe that was an Avatar, the Last Airbender quote. I do not remember off the top of my head. But anyway, it will become stagnant and stale. You seek one teacher in order to get his wisdom, then seek another to get her wisdom, and seek another to get hers or his or his or hers, or it doesn't matter. But the point is, you move from teacher to teacher when you are ready, and ideally, all this information from different points of view will combine in you to form something very special, and hopefully it'll help you unlock everything inside you so that you can be special to the world. Not that you aren't already. You are damn special right now, I am telling you. But let me tell you, you can really be a shaker and a mover, a history shaker and a move maker. If you really want to be, if you really choose to be, and you can be, you have it in you. I'm telling you right now. If this video meant something to you, I would like you to like and subscribe right now, please. It really helps me out build my YouTube channel. I really hope you got something out of today's message. Please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you get the new episodes as soon as they come out. I really thank you for being here with me. I really thank you for sharing my journey and sharing my firebending. This is Step Ahead with Ernie Rivera. I have been your host, Fire Lord Ernie Rivera. I wish you all a great day. Go find that teacher. Go become the inner master that's always been inside of you. Take care, guys. Bye.